And I will say that I've had to really reimagine the planning department to do this kind of work. And we have redrawn a map of Chicago that will allow for the first time a dedicated group of planners to serve each and every region of this city. And so we have in the southeast side, there are 4 planners. They are here today who will be the core of a group of planners who are available to you, the community, to the community organizations, to investors, and they will be on the job 24/7, 365 days a year until we get this job done. So let me talk a little bit about the toolkit, because there are very specific things that we hope to invest in. The first is the building side. Your communities are blessed with an amazing array of buildings. So when the city planners and developers laid this out, centuries ago, they didn't discriminate on any part of the city. So we have buildings that are there that need to be reinvested. We need to work with these businesses that have been there for many, many years. But there are many other buildings, like this former bank building, that is waiting for its reuse and investment. So we're looking for these iconic neighborhood buildings that you believe have the ability to anchor reinvestment in these corridors. And we know how to do this, right? This was an example of a building on South Michigan. The storefront was bricked over, it became a garage, the tops were closed. And then look what strategic investment did. Shops on the ground floor, people living above the shop. We know how to do this. We need to value these assets. And then, of course, transportation, which is key. And I would contend that we're all pedestrians first. That's the first form of transportation. So I look really carefully about what the pedestrian experience is like on these corridors. And when I came across Chicago Avenue, this comparison I was flabbergasted. The Oak Park side of Chicago Avenue, look at it. The tree line, brick pavers, shops, and then look at the Chicago side of Chicago Avenue. And you see this derelict, uncared for landscape. This is unacceptable, and I think we can change this. And I know that these type of projects are challenging, multi-million-dollar investments, so they take time. But there are things that we can do right now in 2020 to shift the balance towards the pedestrian and try some of these innovative tactical strategies to give the pedestrians more space and test out some of these strategies before we make the long-term commitment. We can start to do this in all of these corridors over 2020, and if we like them and they work, we can make them permanent. If we don't, we can just take them up and try it again. So we're going to be looking for those opportunities where you think we can create this public realm, tactical early investment. And then vacant lots. There are lots of vacant lots in these corridors. We know that it's going to take time for them to find kind of ground up new construction. So in the meantime, can we try to beautify these lots and have them perform other things for us, like managing stormwater, demonstrating different ways to green our neighborhoods, and create, over time, a whole generation of stewards. These are green-collar jobs. This helps young people begin to care for their community. So just planting a grove of trees so that the lot looks cared for and orderly. We have to do these type of strategies that are more innovative as we wait for the long-term investment on these lots. And then, of course, something dear to me is the role of public art. and community cultural programming. We need to let our creative class, our artists, take over our communities and turn even the most banal things like a viaduct into an expression of art and creativity. And so we're going to be working closely with the artistic community to get their ideas. So if a building is vacant, maybe the whole building becomes a canvas for an expression of art. Again, as we try to create something really, really special that people can value and understand their value. And then for me, it's really important that we set the stage for cultural programming in our communities again. Many of you remember when the community was rich with these kind of offerings. We have to begin that process again. We have to make a place for public life, cultural life, to take hold on these corridors. And you will see the work of DCASE this summer, and they are going to pronounce this year the Year of Chicago Music, and we want to make sure they have wonderful venues to perform in. And then this issue of shopping locally. How do we support the ecosystem of locally serving businesses? And so the Motor City Match program, the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund program is helping local entrepreneurs open up their dream business, like the Sean Michelle homemade ice cream parlor. Just the simple act of being able to go with your kids to an ice cream parlor on Saturday morning. And then most recent NOF recipient award winner that we celebrated this week is Corey Williams with the 345 Gallery. This program has been retooled to be new and improved, that gives more capital at the right times to business owners who want to create a locally serving business. So this program, the next workshop is going to be on February 6th, and we hope to fill those storefronts with local businesses that are locally owned and that are locally serving. So how is all this going to play out? You are at the beginning of the process, and we need to hear from you. We need to find out what your ideas are, where this strategy is going to have the most catalytic impact. So you will find on the various floors planners who are situated by maps and other activities to collect your thoughts, and we have collected hundreds over the past month. We read them all, we transcribe them, we prioritize them, and we are beginning to see what your priorities are, and we're going to implement them. And so it's really important that we capture all of your thoughts so that we know we're on the right path as we invest. And then a number of things have been happening to prepare for this moment. The City Hall has been getting its act together with bi-monthly meetings with all of the departments that are asked to bring their particular departments and expertise to this strategy. We're starting through this session and sessions like this that will happen in February. We're probably going to go to a smaller neighborhood-based scale, and we're asking the community partners to be our host as we work through these strategies. We're going to refine a work plan, and you are going to start to see evidence of this investment starting this spring, starting this summer. You will see a change in your community. And we understand that there are other projects that require significant capital and significant planning. We will be working with those entrepreneurs and those investors to roll out a set of actionable development components that will create this initial investment activity. And I stress that, because I'm sure some of you are sitting there and saying, well, it's about time. Well, I agree with you. It is about time. And then others, I'm sure, are saying, well, is this enough? No, it's not enough. It is vitally important that this strategy serves to catalyze others who will invest in the South Side, others who will invest in the West Side. And we use Invest Southwest as a framework because we know we have to have a affordable housing framework for Invest Southwest and new housing. We have to have a schools as center of community Invest Southwest. We have to have a parks Invest Southwest. And so when we finish this strategy, we will have a comprehensive renewal of the South Side and the West Side of the city. That's what we are here to do. That's what I believe we can do if you are willing to come along this journey with us. I am so thrilled to get it started. I'm so thrilled to have you as our partner, and I'm ready to get the show on the road. So we are, thank you for your attention, and I want Abby to come back out and very specifically talk about what's in the building and how we want to engage you this evening. And I will be around for the entire activities, so you can stop me and we can talk further. Thank you so much.
I'll be brief because I know everyone's ready to get up and start engaging with all the activities we have planned, but just to highlight a few things. The planning room is right here to your right. It's behind this black curtain. There's posters on every wall for your different communities. So if you're from South Shore, you want to find the South Shore wall, Bronzeville or South Chicago, same thing. The planners are there staffed to basically take your comments and talk to you one-on-one. So please spend some time in that room if you do anything today. If you go all the way up to the third floor, that's where the food buffet is open now, so you may be interested in that. We also have resource tables from city departments and local organizations throughout the building. And then on the second floor, we have art activities. We have a video testimonial room where we're really looking for you to record your answers to questions about what you want to see in your community. So please take your time to stop by all of that. And if you're interested in seeing the South Shore drill team, they're going to be back here on this stage at 1 o'clock. So you can make your way back to the theater around then. But please go forth and enjoy the event, and we'll look forward to talking with all of you. Thanks.